Good morning, or should I say good afternoon, everyone, wherever you may be. Welcome back to Crypto Warehouse. This is the second stream of the day. We streamed earlier on GateIO at 11 a.m. with our daily news show. And today, this afternoon, we are going to go through GateIO startup mining. Now, I've covered this quite a few times while we've been talking about other projects on GateIO, but today we're going to take a bit of a deep dive into startup mining, what it is, how it works, how you get access to it, and why holding GT token, which is the token of GateIO, why holding that token gives you rewards beyond just holding the token, asset appreciation, all of those good things that come with holding an exchange token in the bull run. We're also going to be looking at why holding GT gives you access to airdrops, to startups, to startup mining. Everything on the GateIO ecosystem is powered by that coin. So I'm going to take you through that. Also, a few shout outs to those in chat. Hidden, MD, Kishan is here as well. Stoned Photography, welcome to the stream. I am glad you are all here. Remember, this is a two-way stream. I have an hour to go through all of this. Plenty of time to answer any of your questions that you've got about GateIO, about GT token, about startup mining, anything you want to ask, we are here for you. Now, on the right-hand side, what I'm going to take you through in order, there or thereabouts, we're going to go through the startup page, then we're going to go through startup mining, then we're going to go through how it works. Cyrus Mining is one of the projects that's currently on GateIO Startup. We're going to talk about the native token, the GT token, and why that's important to startup mining. We're going to have a quick look at socials because GateIO does something different that other exchanges don't do. And that is very simple. They have specific Twitter accounts for each element of their service. So they have GateIO Live, they have GateIO, they have GateIO Startup. So I'm going to take you over to GateIO, show you their startup Twitter account and tell you why you need to be following it. So all of that, then we're also going to give you our conclusions on what we think about the startup, whether we think it's something that you should invest in heavily, whether it's something that you should put a few percent of your allocation of tokens into. We're going to go through all of that and we're going to try and get it done, as I said, in about an hour. So, hello Solo Sky, welcome to the stream. Remember, any questions you've got about startup mining, I know what tends to happen is we do these streams. People come on, they watch the streams, and then I get DMs on the likes of Telegram and the likes of X asking me questions. Don't be afraid to ask questions during this stream. We've got plenty of time to get through this, and we've got plenty of time to answer your questions. Your question that you may have, maybe 10 other people in chat have got the same question, so feel free to ask in chat. Now, first of all, this is the front page of GateIO. When you log in, the first thing you need to do is you go up here and you will see all of the different options. Of course, there are some important things you need to do. You need to go to live stream and you need to follow Crypto Warehouse on GateIO. That's the first thing you need to do. That's the most important thing, is follow us on GateIO because we bring you all the information you need about GateIO every week. So make sure to do that. The second thing is, if you go to trade, you will see down here, there is a section called Startup. This is what we're going to focus on today. This is what we're going to answer all of the questions on today. And the bull run is happening. We're over $68,000 on Bitcoin. Everybody in chat should be super happy with that. Let me show you how you can make even more money from your crypto. And that is this. This is the GateIO token launch and airdrop section. You can see across the top there, there are 3 different options. We are going to look at startup mining in a second, but there is startup mining and startup tasks. There's now 3 sections. When we started covering GateIO, probably more than a year ago now, it was startup. That was it. Now you have 3 different sections. And what does this do? It causes stickiness to GateIO. Why? Because you need to log in every day. You need to log in every day. These mining rewards that you get, and we're going to show you in a second, you have to participate. You have to actually go and click buttons. The same with the startup tasks. The same with startup. Although it's free crypto for you, they've already given away over $118 million on GateIO. So this is not something you can just sit there and passively earn. You have to put the effort in. In return, GateIO rewards you with the airdrops. Now, again, down here, we don't need to go through this. This is the different section. This is the section that we normally cover on our streams. These are all the projects which are about to go live. You've got Baby Token, Super, DApp, Xseed. The section we're interested in is startup mining. I'm going to show you startup task as well in a second. Now, startup mining is a little bit different. With startup, you can go, and as long as you hold, I think it's $15 or $10 worth of tokens on GateIO, you can go into the lucky draw. If you are a VIP 1 and you hold, I think it's $2,500, you get free shares, and VIP 2 and VIP 3. Startup mining is different. You earn based on this number here. That is your GT holding, and that's what we're going to go and look at later in the stream. Because although I've been asked to review GateIO mining, I think it's important to understand the role that the GT token plays. And, you know, holding 10 GT token today is going to cost you $90. It's not a lot. I can tell you now, 9 GT or 10 GT tokens in the bull run is going to be worth a lot more than $90. In fact, when I first joined, I think it was about $4 or $5. It's nearly gone up 100% in the time we've been streaming on there this year. So holding GT tokens during a bull run is a good win-win. The same as most other exchanges, the token reflects the value of GateIO, and the value of GateIO will surge during the bull run. That's what's important to realize. Now, what you have down here is you have all of these different tokens that are part of the pool, and what they do, it's like a launch pool. You have two different ways of staking for AIX. You can stake USDT or you can stake GT, which is of course the native token. Down here, the one that we're going to look at today is Cyrus. And you'll notice something called single coin multi-mining. I'm going to get onto that in a minute and explain what that is and why that is important. I am also trying to take as long as I can on this, because sometimes you watch these things and they go really, really quickly and they take 2 minutes to explain something and you don't quite catch it. So I'm going to go a bit slower. So Cyrus is the one that I'm going to look at on here. Puffer. Now, again, you'll notice that for Cyrus, you can stake US dollars. For AIX, you can stake US dollars as well as GT. Puffer, you can stake the Puffer token itself or GT. There are others. We can go back and look into the history. I have been farming on a lot of these. I was farming Geek last week. Let's go back down to the bottom to show you. So these are the ones that have ended, okay? So previously I've been farming Geek. I've been farming cats, which most of you will know from our streams. We've talked about cats and dogs, the two Telegram related tokens. You could have farmed them. Nors was on here. There's been probably 10, if not more of these. Fide, you could stake GT. EGP, which is EganPi, which was a really good project that I looked at. You could stake in the GT pool and earn from them. You'll see the difference in the APR as well. So a lot of people staked for EGP. You were getting 2%. You were getting 3% on Nors. You were getting 40% on Cats. That one has ended. Geek, you were getting 0.79%. So you're not guaranteed an APR, but what you are guaranteed is free tokens. And I think you need a minimum of 1 GT to take part in startup mining. Whereas, as I've said a second ago, to take part in the startup section, you need $15 or $10 to enter into the lucky draw. So that is very briefly how startup mining works. Remember to ask any questions you've got in chat. We are always trying to keep on top of everything. Give me a second just to make sure I can read all the comments, because there are two different streams that we are on right now. So as well as being on GateIO, we are streaming on YouTube. If you are watching us on YouTube and you are not a member of GateIO, you can sign up, complete KYC 2, and then you can take part in everything that I'm talking about. It's a very quick and easy thing to do. Now just let me go in and check on the stream. There we go. I am now in the chat so I can see. Hello, Kishan. I am now in chat so I can keep an eye on everybody. So I have both sets of chats open. So if you've got any questions, fire away. So where are we up to? Right, I think we have pretty much covered that off. Okay, so I'm going to show you very quickly how it works. I've purposely left the top one without me staking. Now, this single coin multi-mining, this is the trick, okay? The trick is very simple. You hold this one token, which is GT token, the GateIO token. You hold that one token. That token can then be used to farm multiple other tokens. So by holding the one GT token, the way it worked a few weeks ago, and they've changed it, was if I wanted to farm AIX, I could put my 4.43 GT in there. But if I wanted to farm Cyrus, I would have to take it out of one and put it into the other. And it was a bit finicky, but it was fine. I thought that worked perfectly fine. They changed it. And that's, I think, the reason for this stream is to explain to you, you can farm them all now with your GT token. You don't need to put one GT into each. You can farm each one of these with all of your GT. So you come over to GT Pool and you press stake now. Done. That's it. Finished. So now my 4.4 GT is earning AIX. It is earning Cyrus. It is earning Puffer. And it was previously earning Cats and Geeks. So I am currently earning 3 tokens, sorry, Puffer, Cyrus, and AIX. So I am farming 3 tokens using the GT token. And again, we're going to get onto why you should look at doing that again in the future. Now, there is something important to realize. I said at the beginning, you can't just sit there, buy 10 GT token and then do nothing. It's not going to work. You have to physically come here and press these buttons. You have to come in here and physically buy these tokens. Once we understand, it's so easy. Again, you are absolutely right. Once you understand how all of this works, it's easy. You just need somebody to show you how it works. Now, this one coin multi-farming element, it doesn't really exist on many other exchanges. So that's kind of what makes this unique. And it's what adds value to GT token. Now, I personally think one of the reasons that this token is going up in price, I now think it's about $9 for GT token. As I said, we might even have time. Let's have a look. We might even have time to have a look at the chart for GT very quickly at the end to show you what's so important about holding it. And maybe this mining element, maybe that's one of the reasons it's gone up in value, or maybe it's the sum of the parts. You know, look at the statistics for startup mining. It's not been live very long. $456 million have been staked. 1.4 billion has been raised. There's been 45 projects. There's been 306,000 people involved. Now, if you ask me, I think 306,000 is really low. And I think the reason for it is because it's confusing for people. People, once people understand something, it's really simple. The same way you could go to startup. As I said a minute ago, you go to startup and you look down these startups and you can basically press this button here and then you get that allocation, 20 shares, 40 shares, lucky draw, whatever it might be. But when you start to talk about mining, startup mining, it sounds a little bit more complicated than it is. And I think that's why sometimes making these types of videos is beneficial, because you get to ask me questions about it. You get to say, you know, any good news? Nice to meet you. Hello, Restart. What is the good news? Well, the good news is that I am doing a startup mining review. So you can ask me any questions that you want about startup mining. If you don't understand it, ask. That's why I'm here. I'm here for an hour. We've got about 45 minutes left of the stream. Anything you want to ask about it, you just ask. Now, again, you want to make life simple, you go to in progress. That just shows you the ones that are live. And I, with my, I think it's about $40 worth of GT, I say it every stream, I am going to get 10 GT token. In fact, after this stream, I'm going to go and top up the account to get to 10 GT, because I keep promising to do it and I never do. So I'm going to go and get my 10 GT after the stream. Now, what you can do is you can say, right, they are the 3 that are live. Am I on all of these? Yes, I'm mining this one. Yes, I'm mining this one. Excuse me. Yes, I'm mining this one. Now, if you want to see what's coming, this is the page that's going to show you what the next set of miners are going to be. Now, they normally appear here 2 or 3 days before they actually go live. But you've got to remember, some of these are brand new. So this has 7 days. And that finishes on the 23rd of October. That finishes on the 22nd of October. This finishes on the 21st of October. They're still 5 days away. So we've got 3 relatively brand new mining tokens on here. So we're not going to see anything in here probably for a while. But it's pretty exciting when they do. Obviously, I was farming cats. Was very excited about that. They've had other tokens in here. The Egan Pie one was really exciting. There was a few others that I really liked as well in the past. Again, we're going to have to scroll a little bit. So Egan Pie I liked. There was a few others on here that I liked. Which one was it? Wasn't W3CC in here? I think Catty was in here. That was another project that's done quite well. There was one in here. I'm sure it was W3CC. You could farm that. Ton. You could farm Ton. So it's a mixture of new tokens which aren't live yet and haven't had their TGE, or they've just had their TGE, and it's a combination of fairly sizable projects. Like Egan Pie isn't a small project, obviously Ton isn't a small project, it's 9th by market cap. So you get a combination of both, and that's why it's pretty exciting to look at. Right, now I am keeping an eye on chat. Remember, if you are on GateIO, ask any questions in chat about this. I am more than happy to help and help you understand it. Now, reward history. Hopefully this doesn't take me off too far away. This is my personal staking rewards. You can see that you receive these tokens every hour, okay? Every single hour you get these tokens. So you can see that today at 12 o'clock, let's take 12 o'clock, I got Puffer, Cyrus and Geek. Geek has just finished. Now I'm getting Puffer and Cyrus. And I'm going to be farming these tokens for the 7 or 10 or 5 days that they've got left, depending on when it went live. You can go back to any period on here and you will see that I was farming Puffer, Geek. Go back. Maybe this page doesn't work properly. It's not taking me further back. But anyway, you get the point. I shall report that to admins. So you can see a complete history of what you've farmed. If you've forgotten what you've farmed, it's there. Now, there is something that I'm not going to take you through on here, but there is a strategy. If you farm a token that you like,